and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a Q&A. So I get tons and tons and tons of messages on Snapchat every single day, a bunch of questions that you guys are asking me, and so I just kind of gathered them all and then asked you guys if y'all had any specific questions that y'all wanted me to answer on camera. So that is what we're doing today. It's my first Q&A video. Okay, so Mac Loves Pie wanted to know, what is the process of getting into veterinary medicine? So you can really do anything. You can volunteer at a clinic to get into veterinary medicine. If you're wanting to like get a degree and work in a clinic, you can either get a degree as a veterinarian, which is 4 years at a university and then 4 years at a vet school to get your doctorate degree, or you can do what I did. I did 4 years at a university and then I got into the veterinary nursing program where I'm going to get my veterinary nursing license, and that is a 2-year degree. So in total, I will have been in school for 6 years. Now, you don't have to go to a university to get into the nursing program. You can just skip through that and go straight into it and go to school for 2 years. I personally didn't do that because I just didn't. Because for some reason that sounded like fun at the time. If you don't want to go through college and you want to work in a clinic, you can. You can work as a kennel assistant, you can work as a receptionist. And what veterinary assistants do is they assist the veterinarian, but they also assist the veterinary nurses too. Okay, Missy Misfit 665 says, I'm going to school in the fall to be a vet tech. Anything you can suggest from studying to finding clinic jobs? Girl, I'm still in school right now. I actually graduate in the spring. Yay, I'm so excited. And my biggest advice to you school-wise is you have got to study at least 1 to 2 hours every single day. Every day. You have to study every day. I've been doing this for so long, but I have got to sit and I have to study 1 to 2 hours every single day. Otherwise, it reflects in my grades tremendously. So that is my biggest advice to you, is to study, 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 and do your homework. Okay, Ashley 385 wants to know, is it a good idea to study veterinary medicine? Yes and no. I think if you're seriously wanting to get into veterinary medicine, you really seriously need to go volunteer at a clinic. You need to go work at a clinic to see if this is something that you are fit for. Yes, I do get to play with puppies and kittens, but I also have to take care of severely ill patients. I have to take care of trauma patients, dogs that just got hit by a car, dogs who are bleeding all over the place, dogs who are mean. I absolutely love my job. I could never see myself doing anything else, but I also accept that there are pros and cons to the job as well. It is a great profession and you have to truly be passionate about your job to go into veterinary medicine, but it is worth it. It's a very rewarding job, and at the end of the day, I know I have helped someone in some way. Maria wants to know, what is the hardest part you had to go through in vet tech school? The hardest part, for me right now, I still am in school, is having a life. Because I work full-time, I go to school full-time, and I study at least 2 hours every single day. And then I make YouTube videos for you guys. So that doesn't really leave me with too much time to do anything else. So for me, that's the hardest part right now, is having a life. For those of you who do not know, this is Katie. She's my dog, and I love her so much. Pierce the Tyler wants to know, what is the weirdest animal experience you've had in the clinic? I can't think of the weirdest animal experience I've ever had, but I've had some really weird human experiences in the clinic. Really weird. I had this one kid that was in my exam room and was just taking everything out of the drawers. And like had syringes, and the mom was like, no, stop, put that down, bad boy. And I was just there like, he probably shouldn't be playing with that. And then that kid dropped his pants and peed on the floor. He peed on the floor. And I just handed the mom some napkins because cleaning up after humans is not in my job description. Bricity, I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. I'm pretty sure I'm not. She wants to know, what is my favorite eyeshadow palette right now? Girl, my favorite eyeshadow palette right now is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. It's amazing. That is my hands down favorite eyeshadow palette right now at this moment, and it probably is going to be for a while. Sky says, what was your first day as a vet nurse like? And I love your vlogs. Aw, thank you. I love you guys. My first day working as a veterinary assistant, I was working in the kennels at this clinic, and then I moved clinics and got a new job, and they started me out as a veterinary assistant. I had never talked to clients before. I had no idea what I was doing. And the girl that was teaching me, which she did teach me, she actually taught me a lot, gave me the chart, and I had never gone into rooms before. I literally knew how to clean a kennel. That was my extent of knowledge at that time. And she gave me a chart and was like, here, go in there, and he's sick, and go find out what's going on. And I was like, what? So I did, and I was like, hi, I'm Victoria. This is Fluffy. I hear that he's sick. What's wrong? Honestly, I was terrified because I had no idea what I was doing, but I learned so much from that job, and they basically like threw you into the ring with no training, and they kind of trained you as you go. Very fast-paced clinic, but I learned so much in such a little amount of time. I went home and I thought I was gonna lose my job because I just knew that I really sucked. Practice has made perfect. Now I'm a completely different person than I was back then, but it was terrifying. Okay, Carrie PJ. She wants to know, what is the difference between a veterinary nurse, tech, and a veterinary assistant? Okay, I get this question all the time, and it can be really confusing. So a veterinary assistant is someone who does not have a degree in veterinary medicine. They haven't went to college, and it's basically just like hands-on training. Like I said, I started out as a kennel tech. I went to a veterinary assistant, and then I decided to go and get my veterinary nursing degree. Veterinary nursing and veterinary technology are the same thing. It's the same degree. It's just depending on the college that you go to, they call it different things. Instead of referring to them as vet techs, they are changing the name to veterinary nurses, because that's what we are. We're nurses. So once I have my degree and my license, I will be a licensed veterinary nurse or a certified veterinary technician. It's the same degree, it's the same thing. You can be a licensed veterinary technician, you can be a certified veterinary technician, you can be a registered veterinary technician, you can be a licensed, registered, certified veterinary nurse. It just depends on the college that you go to. Okay, Josephine says, did you find college hard? If so, what was the hardest part about it? Yes, college is hard. Anything worth having is hard. The hardest part about it is studying, making time to study, honestly. And the material, it's hard work. It's a lot of material. It's a lot of stuff that you have to learn about. Not only does my degree teach me how to take care of cats and dogs, I have to learn how to take care of reptiles and birds and exotics and farm animals and horses and cows and goats and sheep and lab animals like rats. It's so much information, and I do love it because I love my job and I love to learn about it, but it is a lot of information that you have to retain because it's stuff that you use on an everyday basis. It's not something that you get to learn and then trash like some things in high school. I do have to know how to do all of these things. So I think that is probably one of the hardest parts. You can give some drugs to dogs, but you can't give them to cats, and you can't give it to reptiles, but you can use that in a bird, but you can't use it in a turkey. What is your view on animal care courses before studying veterinary nursing? I think that they can help you. A lot of those courses teach you the general anatomy of animals, but it can never hurt. The more information you have under your belt, the better, honestly, in my opinion. What is your favorite breed of dog and cat? Well, my favorite breed of dog is my dog, and my favorite breed of cat is my cat. Both my cat and my dog were rescue animals. Rescue animals are probably my favorite breed. I am a huge believer on the adopt, don't shop movement. There are so many animals in the pound, in the shelters that need homes, like wonderful quality, amazing animals that need a home, and I believe 110% in adopting from the pound or shelter. What is the hardest thing you had to learn how to do? The hardest part was probably learning how to effectively communicate to clients. Just because I tell you you need to do something doesn't mean that, one, they're going to do it. I have to make sure that they understand how important it is to, give a heartworm prevention to your pet every month, how important it is to vaccinate them, you know, to get them spayed and neutered. Not just you need to get your pet spayed and neutered and vaccinated. Because telling people is one thing, but having them understand what you're talking about and why these things are important is another, and you have to be able to effectively communicate those kind of things. So that probably was the hardest thing that I had to learn how to do. Carrie S35 wants to know how I got my kitty cat. I actually got him at the first clinic I ever worked at. I came to work one day and there was a box full of kittens on the front porch, and he was so cute and so fluffy, and I had to have him. Another question that I get all the time is, do I take my dog to work? Yes, I take my dog to work with me almost every single day. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!